Hi everyone, it's the weekend. I guess I gotten this to work. This is kind of exciting. I have no idea what my audio is, but hopefully Anna can tell me. Hi Anna, how are you doing? Oh, but my audio is doing weird stuff. Can you hear that? That's fine. CVs are very important. You should be working on your CV. I also just realized I have my browser open with YouTube in the background. So it sounds different than usual. That's interesting. Different in a good way, different in a bad way. Different in a... Yeah, I'm back. I had to turn the audio off because I had YouTube in the background and I had to close it down because it was playing back my own voice to me and it's actually not what I wanted. So that was kind of weird. Sorry for that. All right. I'll check it out in the recording. I have no idea how that works. It seems like the delay on YouTube is a bit bigger than on Twitch. So interaction is kind of weird. I just realized that there's a huge delay between speaking and then the speaking stuff being broadcast to YouTube. So that's kind of weird. Also, I don't have here on this side, I don't have chat integration yet. I didn't get it to work. Not sure why it doesn't work, but honestly, I don't think this is a big issue. So let's see if the game overlay works. That looks fine, right? Yeah, that might be actually because I tweaked my OBS settings a little bit because I tried to get a little bit more quality out of the stream quality and the pictures, but I don't know how that affects stream delay. So we'll have to figure this out. But Monster Hunter World. God, where to start? Monster Hunter World, I currently have a playtime of 42 hours in this game, which is literally nothing. I first started playing Monster Hunter World on the PS4, I guess, which is decades ago, I'd imagine. And yeah, we can change that. That's not a problem. Just give me a second. See if we can do this. Yes, kitty companion. So this is basically the USP of Monster Hunter, right? I've turned down the sound a little bit. There's also Poogie, the little piglet pet, I guess. It's a bit confusing. The game has a lot of weird mechanics that you kind of have to get your head wrapped around. And when I first started, it just didn't work for me. So I got into Monster Hunter World some point around 2000. I don't even remember. Is that maybe 19 or something? I bought it for the PS4. It was on sale. I thought, oh, that looks cool. This is like a fantasy RPG. Let's check it out. I had heard some stuff from my friends, and I picked it up, and I just couldn't get my head wrapped around the gameplay loop. Oh, what am I supposed to do here? What is the game actually? And I completely fell off Monster Hunter World. I was like, this is a stupid game. This is just grind. How silly. Why would I do that? This sounds nuts. And I came back to Monster Hunter when Monster Hunter Rise was released for the Switch. Oh, this is nice. It's a new Monster Hunter title. It's mobile. Maybe it's a little bit more accessible. Let's see what I can do here, right? And I started Monster Hunter Rise, and somehow the whole gameplay loot formula clicked for me. So what's the Monster Hunter World gameplay loop? What's the formula? You're a hunter. You're a hunter and you hunt monsters. So you interact with the flora and fauna in specific environments, and you hunt big monsters. There's little monsters, there's little animals as well, but mostly the gameplay loop is about hunting big monsters. And these monsters, you hunt them, you capture them, and then you get resources out of them, right? And you basically carve them up, and then you get stuff, and this stuff gets added to your item box, which is on my left, of course. You're doing right, and with these resources, you can then build new weapons and new armor, right? So, for example, if you look at my current equipment, I have a couple of weapons here, which is a Garon Strongarm and a Karachi Kaina, and of course a Wrath's Blade. And these have all been forged by using different resources hunted or gathered from different monsters. And the same applies to the armor, right? There's different armor types, and you can build them, have them built in the workshop, and wear them once you've killed a certain amount of monsters and farm the resources from them. Yeah, exactly. It's like a big looty D&D party. So the gameplay loot is actually go out, kill a monster, harvest its part, come back, build a bigger weapon, go out to kill a bigger monster. Rinse, repeat. That's the gameplay loop. And at the time of me first starting World, that sounded super boring. I was like, why would I do that? That is such a fucking waste of time, right? But of course, there's more to it. There's an elaborate farming system where you can farm the stuff you need to have when you want to go out on a hunt. So there's tranquilizer bombs. You can set up traps in order to catch monsters, and once they have they lost a certain amount of HP, you can basically capture a monster and tranquilize it instead of killing it, harvesting different parts or more parts. Anyways, you can create different kinds of potions, you can create antidotes, you can create any amount of other potions that will heal you from afflictions. You can create pods for the slinger you have on your left arm, right? There's I don't know if you can see that here. We can just quickly, just quickly go into view mode. So if you look into the left arm here, this is what we call a slinger. And this shoots different kinds of ammunition. And Monster Hunter Rise has had additional functionalities, like you could zip line from place to place and stuff like that, because Monster Hunter Rise was a much faster, more immediate game. But World being the older one, and maybe also the slower, more tactical part, the slinger only served the purpose of shooting different kinds of ammunition and also attaching yourself to the monster. Yeah. And then we're getting to the badass weapons, right? So the whole point of Monster Hunter, the point of Monster Hunter is that it has a huge variety of weapons, right? So you can see here, this is what Monster Hunter calls a charge blade. This is a combination of a shield and a sword, combined with an axe. So it actually transforms. So you can switch between having a sword and a shield, and having a big ass. I think I can enter the training area, speaking to my housekeeper, because of course I have a house, right? So I can go to the training area, speaking to my housekeeper, and in the training area, and this is basically the tutorial area where you can basically pick up any weapon and learn how a weapon works. And this is the interesting part of the Monster Hunter recipe, right? I have this sword here, which I can use to do any type of combos, attack stuff. But then, as you can see here, I can also use my sword to transform into this big ass axe and do crazy shit with it, right? But it doesn't stop there. I can, as you can see on the top left of my screen under my health bar and my stamina bar, there's 5 little vials that are now red. While attacking in sword and shield mode, I'm charging those. And once I've charged them, they look like that. And then I can use them to actually charge my shield. So my shield is now glowing red, which means my shield is charged. I have better chances of blocking. And when I block, I think I also have a higher probability of stunning monsters when I block them with my shield, right? So far so good. I've charged my shield, I continue my sword attacks, and then my files are red again. So I do the same thing, charge my sword. Same thing, my sword is charged. I have some benefits when I have monsters that have high armor. My sword doesn't bounce anymore. But now, with a charged shield and full vials, I can actually do this. This is called a super amped element discharge, like a big ass sword attack, basically, right? And this is just one weapon. This is just one weapon. So if you look at the equipment, you have a great sword, you have a long sword, you have a classic sword and shield, you have small swords that you can dual wield, you have a big ass hammer, you have a bagpipe that I think it's called hunting horn. Actually, you have a hunting horn that can be used as a hammer while basically buffing and healing people. You have a lance, you have a gun lance, which is kind of a Final Fantasy hybrid version of lance gun Final Fantasy 8 kind of weapon. And you have the switch axe, which is again another form of transforming weapon that transforms between a big ass sword and a big ass axe. You also have some ranged weapons like a bow, an arrow, of course, and the two. They're not called railguns. I don't remember what they're called because I've never played them. And each of these weapons plays differently, right? They play completely differently. And this is the fun part about Monster Hunter, right? You get to pick up a weapon, you get to master the weapon, and then you get to go out there, explore the areas, and kill big ass monsters. And I think it's one of the most satisfying gameplay loops I've encountered in a very, very long time, because you can just start up your PC or console or Switch or whatever, go on a quick hunt, maybe like a 15-30 minute session. That might even be 2 or 3 hunts depending on difficulty and skill level, and then you can shut it off again and do something completely different, right? So has a very high skill ceiling, but the whole approach of the game feels very, very casual, right? Because basically just small bite-sized missions that you can select however you want, and then shut off your PC and just do something else. So how do we prepare for a hunt? First and foremost, we manage our items. We ensure that we have selected one of our item loadouts, have enough potions, have traps, have everything we need. Then we check the monster that we actually want to hunt, right? What are we hunting here? We're hunting Dodogama. What do we know about Dodogama? So each time we hunt a monster, each time we find traces of a monster in environments, we learn more about them. And well, Dodogama has a research level of 0. We don't know fuck all about Dodogama. Nothing. We don't know what he's weak against. We don't know where his weak points are. We don't know what rewards he yields. He's just a monster that devours rocks as its primary diet. The crystals it devours mix with its saliva to produce explosive minerals that it can spit at its enemies. Cool. Cool. Nasty little chubby guy. So that means I have no idea what weapon to pick. I will just go with the one I have equipped and we'll see how it goes. Now, the most important part. You can see this game is all about kitties. I have a kitty companion. I can manage the kitty companion in the same way I can manage myself. I can change its equipment. It's called a palico, by the way, excuse me. So I can, if I go to change equipment, where was that? Customize bowgun, sell equipment, change armor pigment. Could have sworn it's somewhere here, but I can't find it right now. So anyway, doesn't matter right now. I'm gonna find it. I have this little kitty companion. He's called a palico, and he helps me when I fight. I can customize him. He levels up. He gains additional skills. He can learn skills like healing myself or resurrecting me when I am down or carded. And he can even steal resources from the monster and be generally like a good sport, right? Of course, his equipment also is created by looting monster parts and then creating equipment out of monster parts. So you can have different weapons that create afflictions like stun or sleep, fire damage. So basically you can customize your and the palico's equipment to whatever monster you're fighting. And of course, you need to eat. before each journey, before each hunt, you have to sit down and eat. You can pay with money, you can pay with points. I don't think currently it doesn't matter much. I am in hunter rank 13 right now, which is not even master rank. So as far as this game is concerned, I haven't even really started doing anything real yet. So I can just let the game choose what I want, pick the chef's choice platter. You can see it gives me health bonus, stamina bonus, health bonus for my palico, and some additional status effects with an activation chance, which you can see there below. And then once you select the chef's choice platter, you get a cutscene, which looks like this. And that is basically the second big USP for Monster Hunter. Like, the cutscenes are so fucking out of there. They're so friggin' wacky. They're so over the top. And they all include like weird little cats. There's an effect that there's another game function which is called the Tail Raider Safari, which allows you to send little kitties on a safari so they can farm items for you. You unlock this at some point. And you know what? I'm just gonna show you. No, I can't, because right now we're gonna go on a mission. Remind me later to show you the Tail Raider Safari. So, let's go. So, we've started the mission. We're now tracking a monster. What Monster Hunter World does differently from Monster Hunter Rise is each time you enter an area or start a mission, you have to actually track down the monster. So, looking at this map, you will see, oh, there's a lot of stuff covered on this map. We have small monsters, we have some endemic life, which is cute little toads that do stuff when you kick them. There's traps and environmental stuff. There's a group of little Grimmelkinds, which are basically other kitty types. There's slinger ammo, there's stuff you can gather, right? Like resources. You see here there's herbs, there's mushrooms, there's spider nets. But there's no big monster. There is no big monster. See, I have unlocked 2 camps. So, where's the monster? I have these tracking flies that you can see, this greenish yellow aura that lies out from me. It's attached to my belt and it highlights things that I can interact with. Right? So if I come near the herb, you can see, oh, it's being highlighted. This is an herb, and it also shows up on the left side of my menu. This is a nullberry, which I already have 10 of because never leave house without nullberries. But where's that big ass monster? I was promised a monster. Where is it? Oh. Ah, what's that? So, you can see that the flies are also highlighting footprints. So these footprints were left here by, you guessed it, monsters. So in order to find a monster in a specific map, on a specific map, in a specific environment, I need to run around this map, find enough footprints, and as you can see, these footprints then fill a bar. Ah, there you go. And then I can follow a trail. Still, I don't know. You can see down right next to the bottom of my mini map, there are some question marks that highlight potential big ass monsters, but we don't know which. We still don't know. So we're gonna go there and we're gonna find out. This is part of the game. Whoa! Look, I found a monster. This is Dodogama. This is what he, her, them looks like. So he's not aggro at the beginning. There are some monsters that are, but he's just chilling. He's just chilling. And he's not a big boy, right? That's just like medium-sized monster. So let's hit him. Yeah, nice block. So we're charging our shield.